CBS the other night on Sunday, which was July something, see, 8th, 7th, 6th, July 7th or 6th, and that thing. They had a thing on AIs, okay, and how they're being used and misused on the internet. That you can call up an AI, something like Microsoft Bing or an AI, what's it, Chat GPT, and ask a question, and within seconds it can get back and how it's being asked. Give me a storyline on blah 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 and it could give you almost instantaneously 1,000 words on, which is great if you're a journalist. Not so great if you're a journalist, because it doesn't give me a source, and that is a bad thing, not having a source of where it comes from. And I have said that on my website, or that I have access to a blog site, that I need a source of where that information comes from. So far, the AIs don't do that. Yes, it could give me a 1,000 words. Oh yeah, I'll give you something. I read where AI Chat GPT writes books. Writes out. You ask it a question, it can write out 1,000 words, can write out 5,000 words. That on Amazon, there are 200 ebooks that seems to have been written by, get this, an AI. What do you mean, an AI? They're all, somebody's figured out how to write books. They ask a question. You ask questions in a certain way, and it spits out 600 words and can give me a new plot, or maybe new chapters. Maybe it works on chapters. So and so, Shakespeare, and every thing it can do that. That becomes that. That's your AI is being developed. And of course, you do not, as the 60-minute program is showing how fast it can work. And if anything, but they're getting it point down that it doesn't allow you to say, how can I make this? And they question, is it a lethal item that you're making? You put down, I can't go there. Oh, okay. But it can think. The AIs they have there they're not really thinking. They're basically, you ask them a question, they give you an answer. That is. How much are they thinking? It's how much does your toaster think? Or better is how much does your watch think, or your cell phone thinks? That's the thing. Because you're connected with your cell phone, you're connected to the internet. So if you ask a question on your cell phone, it's looking at the program, whatever program. I have consumer cellular, so it's going to their computer, and whatever's on their computer, it's answering. You're basically going for telephone numbers or conversations. When you take photographs and you upload them to your YouTube site, that's about the limitation of your thing. It's the limitation of your hand calculator. There's a limitation on your hand calculator, on your watch, and currently on your computer. This laptop I hear is old. It still has a DVD drive on the side, but it has a camera. It has a microphone input, and it has a speaker on it. It's the same thing as my desktop, but I have my old desktop there, which I'm still running Windows 7 on it, so It has the limitation on it. This is Windows 10, so it's a lot more. Oh, yeah, it's a lot more. It also could have run Windows 8 on it, but this has Windows 10 on it because of the camera and the eyepiece there. Windows 7 will not see a camera unless you put in the software into it, but otherwise it won't say. But let's talk how intelligent my stuff is. It's not really intelligent. It's a dictionary, a dictionary in a computer. So it's similar to you ask your toaster something. Your toaster's not going to answer. Your toaster's not going to answer you. Right. When you walk into the modern houses today, they know when you walk through the door. And if it's a temperature in the house, they will keep it a thing. And if it's hot outside, they will lower the temperature. And when it's cool outside, they will rise the temperature into your Honeywell thermostat. And at a certain point down there, the newer thermostats are voice activated. You can say, thermostat, it's cool in here. The thermostat may say, I will increase the temperature in the room that you happen to be sitting in. Or it's cool in my bedroom, I will increase the temperature in your bedroom and keep it at a certain temperature. Which can do. Well, what happens if it's air ducts? Well, to understand, air ducts can have bevels inside there. So literally it could move hot air, warm air, from the furnace up to that room because that's the only room that's being occupied, which is great for me. Because in my house, I'm in that room and I want that room warm. But I really don't care about these other rooms, unless there happens to be water pipes in them. But again, that's how your houses are being developed, where it is aware of you. Those sensors, when you walk into the room, the lights go on. And when you're not there for whatever, a minute, the lights go off. Is that intelligence? No, it's a sensor. It's the same thing of my car, driving my car down the street. And even though it's a 2014 Chevy Equinox, it knows that when the windows are open, the doors are open, are latched. When I'm sitting in my seat belt there, they have sensors all the way on there. And if I have a package on the seat next door and next to me at the passenger side, and it's heavy enough, like groceries, it will tell me to put a seat belt on that. Now, yeah, my 2014 car is that thing, and the same thing with the lights being on, and the time of day. How does it know it's bright outside and it's not? It's raining outside or it's not. How does it know that, hey, you should put on your windshield wipers? Why is it that it's raining outside and it tells me to turn on my windshield wipers? Turn on your windshield wipers so you can see. Then it says you made a right turn without a turn signal. What? You're speeding. What? You're speeding. You're doing 30 at a 25 mile, reduce it 2 miles an hour. You get to chew up your spine? Huh? Your car is talking to you? And then I asked this to my car. How are you talking to me? And it says, literally speaking, but I am not talking to you. I am connected to a mainframe in the Chevy headquarters. What do you mean? Car dealership. I am connected to a car dealership that is a Chevy car dealership somewhere in a 20-mile-an-hour range. I'm not talking to you. I am talking to that thing. So what it is, I'm not talking to you. I am talking to a... That is interesting. I know where you are. I am not talking to you. It literally says, I am talking to a mainframe from a Chevy dealer somewhere within a 20-mile-an-hour thing. So when you go over your speed limit, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you're not talking to me. It's like searh's radio station, or you have had an accident. Right, that type of what is happening is talking to. If you have an accident in your car, it gives out a signal to the insurance company or the police or something like that. That is what's happening. Literally speaking, a clown can be where you are, but I'm not talking to you directly. I'm talking to somebody who's sitting in that seat. Wow. Wow. Can you get me a traffic ticket? Oh, okay. You see that speed camera thing up there? Yes. It's talking to me. Not to you, to me. So they have inside my 2014 car extra computer chips to be upgraded as the technology is upgraded in the last 8 years, 9 years. It's like, don't speed, you're going over the speed limit. But can I go over the speed limit? You will get a ticket. Or it says, there's a radar gun. Think of this. There's a radar gun up ahead. Reduce your speed. Oh? My mother the car? Oh? It's picking up a radar signal ahead. Reduce your speed. Oh? Chevy has put that in there? Well, Chevy hasn't put it in there. Chevy has, as the thing said, Chevy has, my car is in contact with a server at a Chevy dealership somewhere within a 20-mile range. Same thing as is the, why do you like this radio station? It plays music. You want searh? No, I want this station. Wow. So how sophisticated our cars are becoming is something else. But I guess I should thank Chevy. Yeah. And I said, well, I see a engine light on. And it says, yeah, I got 200,000 miles on me. Yeah, well, I guess nothing's going wrong. I'll let you know when something goes wrong. Okay? I'm not talking to the computer inside the car. I'm talking to the computer that's within the 20-mile range. So if you think your car is haunted, it's not. It's communication. Oh, how things are moving ahead. And it basically said, as I'm talking to this main game frame, Are all the new cars this way? And the answer is yes. All the new cars are coming out with GPSs in there. And one of the reasons is if you drive off from somewhere, let's say remote mountain area, it goes from 20 miles to 50 miles. And remember, you're picking up, if you can still pick up a radio signal on your car and sitting on top of a mountaintop, it can be on a 50-mile range. It can usually find a Chevy. If it can't find a Chevy dealer, it can find another dealer. So if a Toyota dealership is within a 50-mile thing, it might be talking to a Toyota dealership. Or it might be talking to another car who relays to stuff like that. What kind of world are we in? Jetson. Welcome to the 21st century. Oh, brother.